A small nonprofit on Milwaukee's South Side is working hard to make a big difference in the lives of the families and neighbors it serves. Live, Laugh Loaves MKE started just over a year ago, but it's already impacting the lives of hundreds of people every week with free bread and other bakery items. Joining us to tell us more about Live, Laugh Loaves MKE is the founder, MiquelaRae Artz, and her father, Mike Artz, who serves as president of the organization. Thank you both for joining us on Connect MKE.
Thank you for having us.
MiquelaRae, just last year, you were an 18-year-old attending college at Alverno, planning to go to medical school one day, and then you founded this organization. What changed or what happened in your life to motivate you to start Live, Laugh, Loaves MKE?
We got a donation of bread to our church, but we didn't have a food pantry, and so we just took it and distributed it at at National Night Out last year for sixth district. And hearing all the different stories of the people in need motivated me to continue going with it.
Once you learned about that need, what was your next step? A lot of times people might hear about the need, but they don't necessarily form an organization designed to really help alleviate food insecurity in our community.
Well, they offered us to get more donations, more and more, and they contacted my dad, and then we just continued to grow and grow, getting more and more donations.
What does Live, Laugh, Loaves do? How does it work? How do people access what you have to provide?
So we have multiple ways that we help people. So we get the products, and then we have a direct handout on 54th in Oklahoma at least once weekly. Sometimes we do pop-up events if we have more supply than we do demand, which lately is it's the opposite. But then after we do that, we also serve multiple food pantries and homeless programs the bread they need so they can focus their budgets on other items to help expand the offerings that they give to the people that need it.
Where do your donations come from? What are some of the organizations that work with you?
Friends with Food is our big one. They're our main one, and then we pick it up at the distributors directly. And then we bring it here. But we do have some other organizations that sometimes items get rejected because a box is cracked or something from a grocery store, and they'll call us and we pick those up and we find everything at home. So it started with food, and last weekend it was furniture. So we find things at home.
We do want to talk about what happened as a result of the flooding. Again, you all saw another need for people who'd lost so much when the floods may have hit their basements or their homes. When you heard about that, what did you decide to do?
We were getting donations of furniture to hand out to other people for free, and we got so many donations that it was filling up like a room in the basement of our church. It was filling up our storage unit, so we just needed to get it out, and we organized the rummage sale last weekend.
But it really wasn't a sale because people who
No,
came,
it was
they
free.
could get things for free. How did
Yeah.
that work for you?
It went pretty well. We got rid of most of it.
By when she says that, but once we said that we're going to do it, the amount of people that reached out to us and expanded on the donations was incredible. The community came together, and we're still getting calls as of today. So we're looking into another one because the need is much greater than the supply we had.
So clearly, you've touched a need not just for people who may have food insecurity or people who may have lost items because of the flooding that we had. You've also really touched and reached people who want to be able to do something for other folks.
That's kind of how it's going. We started with helping with food, and now we're in other items. But last week, MiquelaRae officially got her 501c3, so we're looking at what we can do with that to continue to help and serve the community. and just give back. There's with the cost of everything right now, we're trying to find a way just to help people survive and not have to, worry about, are we going to eat tonight?
MiquelaRae, one of the things that you did that I thought was just really remarkable is as this nonprofit has grown and grown, you found that there was a need that the nonprofit had for a bigger trailer. What did you do when you found out that, look, if we're going to be able to meet the needs of the people and gather all this food, we need a bigger trailer? What did you do? Because you're a fledgling nonprofit. It's not like you had a lot of money laying around to be able to buy a new trailer for the nonprofit itself.
We had a long conversation talking about what we were going to get because we did have the school bus and a smaller trailer and our cars, and we have 3 cars, but it just wasn't enough space. So we drove down to Georgia to get a 20-foot trailer. 20-foot trailer.
And
The remarkable thing is she paid out of her savings account.
One of the questions that I really wanted to ask you is, how do you see the nonprofit really growing? Because let's put it in a perspective. You get about 7,000 items a week.
Yes.
So how do you see the nonprofit growing? What do you see it being able to eventually do?
Well, we started with 5 boxes of bread, and now we're up to 7,000 items a week. And I'm hoping in the future, while I'm in school, I'll delegate it out and hopefully have more volunteers to find more places that are donors and be able to give us items that people need in our community and have a great impact on them.
Well, you are both already having a tremendous impact on the community. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you want to learn more about Live, Laugh Loaves MKE, including how you can volunteer and donate, visit the website at livelaughloaves.com. Thank you for being with us this week on Connect MKE. Be well and take care.